All right, and we are back, y'all. Real quick, I don't know if you guys have seen or even heard about the Kirk Franklin documentary that he has done over there on his YouTube channel,
Child,
but
yeah.
listen, he's working on a new album, and it seems like it's more of a self-discovery about himself because he learns more about, I guess you say, his childhood and his daddy and his mama, honey. All right. So he goes through this entire storyline documented, showing us how he learned about his dad and the details regarding his mom. So I'm going to play a quick snippet of it. And I want you guys to make sure afterwards y'all can go get the full story over there on his channel. But y'all check this out because I want to get y'all thoughts on this whole situation.
But nothing could prepare me for what God had in store for me in 2023.
First saved message. If you would like to talk to me about the rumor that is floating around out there, call back. Just remember, as I told you once, I will not lie to you about anything. End of message. Delete. Resave.
Mr. Rick, on his own, he gets a DNA test, swabs himself, gives those swabs to my good childhood friend Melody, and says, hey, everybody's running their mouth. If Kirk wants to know if there's any truth to this or any possibility, he can take these swabs and do whatever he wants to do, because Mr. Rick doesn't know. He's just responding to the rumors.
It says the results are probable paternity 99.99999%.
Percent what?
Yes, he's your father.
No, just...
Probability of paternity?
Yes, ma'am.
100%. How's that possible? It's not, baby. I can swear on my dead mother's grave, Rick Hubbard is not your father. I don't know what happened, how this paternity test came back 99.95%. But I really would like to get to the bottom of it. I cannot accept, because this is not true. And I apologize from the bottom of my heart on this.
To test it out, put it in front of you. I need to hear you. I need to hear you clearly. The little Kirk, the little boy Kirk, needs to hear you. Are you saying that you reject the results of these two tests? That's what I need to hear.
Yes. My denial, is that going to put a wedge between you and I?
Yes. Yes. Okay. Yes. If you can't give me this, no hug, no word of encouragement, no sugar, no joke, nothing can substitute what I deserve and what I've needed and what I've missed.
He just wants the truth. The DNA. The DNA.
The DNA.
Yes.
I need my mama to give me.
And I need my son too.
If my mama watches this, I want her to know.
And I still can't have you.
All right, y'all. So y'all just heard everything, okay? Oh, we done switched up here. Let's move it back. Sorry, y'all. So y'all just heard everything when it came down to Kirk and his mom's situation. It seems like he has kind of forgiven her for, I guess, not telling him who his dad was all these years, possibly, right? Because he The man he thought was his dad died, and Kirk went to the funeral getting closure this whole time thinking that man was actually his dad. Come to find out it was somebody else. But I think what really jabs him the most is the fact that she's lying, saying this man was not the dad, and then they take another paternity test because you asked for one, and it still confirms that that man is indeed the dad. And you sit over here talking about you can't accept the paternity test. You have to accept it because he has to accept it. And it's just what it is. Like, I don't understand. It made me feel like she may have a mental thing going on. I don't know what trauma
I
could
think
have
she
happened.
believe in what she's saying.
So somebody said she was 15 when she had Kirk. So it's a possibility that however she had him, the experience might have been traumatic. But Kimberly Foster, shout out to Kimberly Foster for Harriet on YouTube. She did a little blurb about it, and she actually kind of made me think. And she was like, think about it. In old school Black communities, if there is a young Black boy that has potential to do something, people protect him. And if he got the wrong girl from around the way pregnant, and it was the agreement back then to act like that did not happen, she may have internalized, well, it's not his kid. Since he gonna act like it's not his kid, it's not his kid. Instead of actually like working that out for herself. Because when you think about it, the dad looked like he had a really nice house. And he may have been like a chosen kid, and everybody protected him from the paternity or having to take care of a child, because that happens sometimes where if the boy is going somewhere, they'll be like, nah, don't claim don't claim the child. Don't say that it's yours. That way you can go to college and do what you got to do. That girl, she gonna be there. Okay. And honestly, when I think about it, I'm wondering, why did you wait so long to get the DNA test? Like, oh, everybody was talking about it. Y'all from the same town.
Because I hadn't
Kirk,
seen the whole thing.
right. I haven't seen the whole thing either. But Kirk is famous. So it's like, so you never thought before that he could have been your son?
When
you know
you
what I'm
knew
saying?
you dated the mama and you had relations with the mama, like you knew this.
But
And then
he didn't know.
Kirk looked like you. Like, let's be honest here. He looked like you.
I'm wondering if it wasn't her choice initially for him not to be the father, but once that happened, it might have, traumatized her in a way where it's not yours. So now in this time, she can't admit it. She can't say it because I think she might be so angry still about what happened initially because she's 15. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like you never know what happens to people, especially back in the day. They would make people have kids they didn't want to have, all of that shit. So, I'm trying to find a reason for why she would not be able to be honest. And the more I know about older people, sometimes after years and years of telling themselves something, they really believe that that's what it is because they've been telling themselves that for so long and their mental is deteriorating. So they only really remember whatever the strongest feeling is. You know what I'm saying? And if the strongest feeling, like Kenya Mama. So, I hope that they are able to, eventually get to a better place, because that was so hard to like watch. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just really hard to watch. Some women just lie. Look at paternity court. Okay. She just lied. And she's just going to continue to lie.
It just seemed to
now
me
what?
like she believed
Well,
what
they
she
didn't
was
lie.
saying. But I feel like when she took that second test, she was crying because it uncovered what was buried in the back of her mind. Like that, well, maybe it is a probability.
I mean, just because she got a mental issue, y'all are missing my point when I said that, because I'm telling y'all, never mind, whatever. Yeah.
He said he never knew she was. Oh, he said he never knew she was pregnant. IDK how, but that's what he said before finding out the results. I wonder how much older than her was he? Is my question.
Well, his dad is still local, right?
Yeah, but I don't know if he could have probably went off to college or something.
Yeah, I'm just surprised. Like, when you local and your family is in the same area, you ain't hear that lady had no baby.
Right. Right. This person,
Yeah.
I saw somebody in the chat say, we have to get out of the mindset of a person looks like just because they don't look like, just because a child looks like a parent doesn't mean it's their parent. We need to get out of that mindset. I'm not getting out of any mindset.
Man, me.
Especially when it's so close to home, when he knew that he had relations with that boy and with that boy's mom. Like, come on. And if you actually go yourself and you watch the documentary, you'll even hear Kirk mention the similarities that they have in common as well. So there's that. And my thing is this, more so, after you got the second DNA test and you want to sit up there and deny, if you never felt like they had a resemblance, like at that point, which, well, clearly she's denying it, but at that point, once you see like, oh, that's when things kind of start coming together, and it's like, oh, I do see, okay, y'all kind of got the same structure, this and that, da 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 da, whatever, whatever. And that's just what it is. At the end of the day, the DNA didn't lie. And he do look like the man because that is his daddy. So there's
That's his
that.
daddy.
Do with that,
Yeah, that makes
whatever you want to
sense.
do with it.
And I
But
think
thank
we're
you so much, Jersey, for the super chat. It's a small town. Everybody knows everybody.
exactly. And I feel like y'all really want to not give any responsibility to the fact that that man probably knew that that
Oh, he
girl
was a
was
kid
pregnant
too.
and
You said they the
questioned.
same age. Yeah.
So he probably
He was scared.
questioned it and didn't want to, and probably had, if I don't want to have two at the same time, so let me just claim whichever one I want to deal with, because he may not have wanted to deal with Kirk. Honestly, that could be another reason why Kirk mama was pissed off, because she knew back then he had got her and another girl pregnant at the same fucking time and only claims one of the kids or acknowledges one of the kids. But I feel like it's real easy for everybody to act like he had no fucking idea when y'all don't know. He could be lying just like she lied about it not being his kid. She could have lied just like he could have lied about not thinking about it or not knowing. But what I want to say, the reason why I'm saying that she's not, you, like Niecy said, she looked like she believed what she's saying. I literally have had conversations with older people, y'all, about things that happen in life that I was fucking there for. And the way they remember it is not the way it happened. And it is because people are in denial. They really tell themselves something, and that is what it is. Just because you don't understand that and you've never seen it doesn't mean that that's not what's happening. And I think that it's convenient for y'all to, sometimes people just lie. Sometimes people just lie. Like, no. People lie for a reason, especially about fucking paternity of a kid. People lie for a reason. They especially hold on to a lie once you've been presented with the DNA test twice. Yeah, there's a reason why this lady is refusing to accept this. But of course she's lying.
If that does apply to her, as far as her blocking things out her mind, it likely could have applied to his dad too. He could have just blocked it out his mind and just believe like, oh, that ain't my kid, because she done put it on somebody else. So okay, it must not be mine.
Yeah,
like,
for
okay,
sure.
cool.
Period. But that still doesn't, a complete, come on, like y'all living in this small town, everybody know everybody. This boy becomes famous years ago, and you just now thinking to go and get a paternity test. Like, people be wanting to get right with God. Like,
I wonder
in my
also
opinion.
if he did know, what could he have really done is my question. Because I know that he was living with like an older woman, and his mom would come ever so often to see him and then still leave him there, and he had like a miserable life, let him tell it. So I'm just wondering, what if he wanted, like, would he even been able to get the boy? Or if the mama is in such a strong denial the way that she is, would she have prevented that from even happening?
She might have. I mean, honestly, just because somebody speaks a certain way doesn't mean they all connecting in there too. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna have to watch it.
Do we really know Kirk mama like that? In order to, somebody that's in the church like that, in order for him to have grown up in the church the way he did, you also got to think about however church like she was and why she would have lied back then and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Which one?
His mom.
Talking about the one that raised him, or his actual birth mom? Because his birth mom didn't raise him. Which one?
Oh, she didn't? No. I was talking about the birth mama.
Oh, no.
Okay.
She was too young. She didn't raise him. She sent him to live with this 60-some-year-old lady that adopted him. So his real mama would ever come so often, like maybe like 2 or 3 times out the year. And that's it. And still leave him in there. He ain't had no friends. And then he was really like miserable. So I'm
That
like,
makes
would
sense.
he have
It
the dad
does.
even have been able to get his son? He probably wouldn't even been able to get the boy.
That's why she
Right,
said to him, "I
because
still can't have you." Because I was like, "What is she talking about?" I gotta watch it.
I think she
yeah, I
could have
gotta
been a
watch the whole
family
thing.
member. I think she could have been a family member too. But I also question if
Yeah,
any
that makes
type
so much
of
sense.
essaying took place somewhere in her earlier life that could have led
Mm.
her to be 15 years old and so active with multiple people. You know what I'm saying?
I
And
And
mean, you
that
blow
could
already
have
that
knew.
memory out.
contributed to a lot of like the things that she had. You know, she probably pushed so much stuff out her mind that could have been
Hell yeah.
something that she pushed out of her mind as well. So I
And
just,
this is an unregulated time period as well. Like everybody, like remember that you really ain't safe around nobody. Like as a girl child back then, you know, like you get it from your cousins, you get it from the boys around you, you get it from the family members. Sometimes, like you never know what was going on to get the young girl to the place. You know what I'm saying? To where she's in this space now as an older woman. Like that's why I said you never know what trauma took place in order for her to be like so gung-ho about it. Because she could, it's out. You could just simply say, I was ashamed, son. But there's a reason why
She
she's
don't
not
even know.
able to. Yeah.
and it also could have been because them cameras was there, and she don't want to be because again the city's so damn small. Hello, so she don't
Embarrassing.
want to have to. You saw she called him. You want to talk about these rumors that's going on? Call me. I won't lie to you about anything. But the DNA is not lying, so why not just be like, I apologize. No, I'm on a ball, baby. I'm on a
I know, that's what
ball.
I was
I'm on
laughing
a pregnancy ball,
at.
baby. I'm like, Kirk gotta pee. No, I'm on a ball. That's why I'm on. But yeah, the only good thing
Listen,
to
keep it in there. Keep it in there, sweetie. Okay, that bounce was a little too high for me. I got a little nervous for a second.
yeah, he in there. He good. He boy. But the only good thing to come from this is the fact that his dad is actually alive, so he can kind of try to heal and mend that
Blessing.
relationship. But as far as his mama, that's done. He already
Yeah.
wasn't talking to her. He hasn't talked to the
Right.
lady in like what 2 decades, and then
Yeah.
you know he already don't talk to her. So I just hate that.
Yeah,
But,
some of them. Let me tell you something. Them old people, bruh. You gotta just, you know, I hate to say, you gotta just, you know, hope somebody else gonna be kind to them. But when they your people, sometimes you gotta leave them where the hell they at. But I just, you know, like to think about things in a perspective of where somebody was at the time. And these are older people, so this is some shit going on in probably the 50s, 60s. You know, these are black people, and no matter what you say, black people in the 50s and 60s are in the church. Like it doesn't matter if the, you know, the biological mom or the 60-year-old lady, everybody's in church. And to me, the church was a breeding ground for shit to take place that shouldn't have took place. You know what I'm saying?
you gotta understand, Julian. She didn't raise him.
Right.
She never really came around. She didn't. There was like absolutely no relationship established between them. So he knew who she was, though. But that's kind of, you know, you and your mom probably close though, I'm sure. You know, that's probably why you can imagine not talking to her. But like, yeah, the mom he knew passed away. So it's like I think she may have passed away. So it's sad. But yeah, that
If they're in their 60s, then they were born in the 50s or the 60s, sweetie.
yeah.
I know, because my mom's 65. She was born in 1957. So yeah.
Boom,
Right.
there it is.
Like,
Boom, there it
whoo.
is. Anything else on Kirk and the people?
Oh, you know, they said he was talking to his son too, finally having
I
a
did see
conversation with his
that.
son.
Yeah.
So I am wondering, you know, if that went well, because y'all, we know Carry On over there got some issues, y'all.
Somebody
It
in the
did go
comments said it was
well.
touching. Yeah,
When
that's what I
when
heard.
they sat on the floor together, and he told Kirion that he has a granddad, and Kirion was so happy. He said, "This moment right here is all that I've wanted, like to come back and be closer with his dad." He was extremely emotional. However, people believe that Kirk only did that to be performative for the new album that he got dropping, and I said, "Whoa."
Was it
Oh, I
only
hope
the
not.
album, or was it also the shit that be going on in their private life? Because I mean, Carry On did not make things look good for Kirk.
He didn't. The way Kirk cussed him the hell out, baby.
And that brought up the stuff from the, I'm just saying, some
cleanup.
yeah, it's given it's time to clean some shit up, is what it's given. And
It was
hey,
healing,
do your
though.
thing.
It was healing, but I do feel like get them enough time and they might go back to where they were. So hopefully right after this, they go to therapy. Because
You
Carry On
know-
needs it. He is so troubled. And it's sad
Yes.
because I'm sure it has a lot to do with his upbringing, but a lot of what we receive from our parents has a lot to do with their upbringing. So they need to go and they need to heal certain parts of themselves, and then vice versa, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because Kirk was abandoned.
They talking about Tory Lanez mugshot, Jamie.
Girl, I don't care nothing about it.
Jump scare.
What y'all want to do with the mugshot?
Oh, they said they want to roast
it's the
it.
front.
Can we collectively roast the mugshot?
I wanted to look in jail. What y'all?
I thought it was. I wanted to see because I thought it was fake. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't think it was real when I saw it. I was like, "Is that real or was that AI?" Like, like why is he taking new mugshots? Isn't he already in there?
It looked like he had a lace front on.
In jail?
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised because I feel like some of them get weaves. When you be watching, what's that show? I think Scared Straight. They be having weaves. Some of them men be having weaves in their head.
No, his hair wasn't long. It was short.
So he should have had at least a front. I mean, that could have been a lace front. It could have been.
Yeah, very well.
Listen. Oh, there we go.
Child, what the spots is around the front of it now? Is that the glue?
What in the Negro DeBarge?
I'm surprised they let him keep the nose ring in.
That's what I'm looking at. What is that we seeing at the top?
I don't know.
Those little white, like what is that? Is that what's holding it on?
I don't know if that's the picture or if that's like his hair.
Yeah, it looks horrible. He put a texturizer on his head before he went to jail. Prison.
So you wanted a texture? You wanted to look good for these niggas? You wanted to look good for these niggas? Like you wanted to look softer for these niggas? Like what's going on? You're already teeny weeny.
Y'all know prisoners don't get maintenance like that for real, for real. What y'all want the man to look like?
No, I think they thought he would have no hair on the top because you know he ain't got no hair at the top. So it's like, who gave him the rug?
Yeah, they said put this on for the picture.
Maybe it's
no. That shit look crazy as hell.
He should just go bald and if you can grow a beard, just grow the beard.
Yeah, let them niggas shave your shit off. That head is big though, boy. I remember that picture of him with the polo on. That head is huge. But I mean, it look better than this.
When I see the photo, it's really a chuckle, high key. Because all of that could have been avoided if you would have been just accepted the guilty plea initially, and you wouldn't even be here.
But you wanted to be big bad.
Did a year or something like that. But it's like, I mean, it's really a chuckle.
Not chia.
That's what I was just looking at. Chia.
I'm sad.
That's what it looked like.
Oh
shit, that's gonna be stuck in my head. Not Goodwill Hunting.
Yeah.
Jamie is hitting the one-liners tonight.
Listen, we thank you guys so much for being here. This was a long show, unexpectedly, but we hope that the likes match. We had almost 1,700 people, about 1,700 in the chat. So make sure that we get 17 likes to a match. You feel what I'm saying? Be sure to also follow us over on Instagram, Twitter, all that great stuff. Jamie, that's me, Bondi Blue, Niecy Dixon. Ooh, ladies first. Okay. Any questions? All that great stuff. Ooh, ladies first. Panel@gmail.com. Of course, we always take our break on the 4th Thursday of the month, and we'll be returning the following week over on Niecy Dixon's channel. All right. We thank you guys so much for staying up late with us tonight on a night that's not typically our night, and y'all still came through. So we appreciate you. Okay. If you haven't already, go ahead and like up the video, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.